A couple of hours ago, I did a video talking about why Pierre Poilievre has been completely silent after Mark Carney's excellent speech at Davos, which we know now has been lauded and commended by people all over the world, and they're still talking about it. And Pierre Poilievre has been completely silent. And this is a man who craves attention. Because of his weak ego, he's an attention seeker, and he's not said anything. He did, through a couple of surrogates, put out a couple of tweets, and CBC confirmed that he'd put out a statement, but it wasn't on the Conservative Party website, nor was it in Poilievre's own words on his social media. About 45 seconds after I posted that video, he did make his statement, his video statement, in response to Carney's speech. And I looked at it. It was about 30 seconds of him praising Carney for what he said, and another 11 and a half or so minutes of him criticizing the Liberal government, flinging his usual lies and half-baked facts, none of which stand up to any objective scrutiny, his complete lack of being able to articulate policy alternatives for the Liberal government when Parliament sits next week. So the usual drivel. And I thought, well, when I come home from an evening out with a friend, I'll do a fact check on the video. And I kind of thought about it when we were out, and I thought, no, you know what, it's not even worth wasting my time or yours doing a fact check on it, because it's just the usual, crap that he spews. And I figured tomorrow the media echo chamber will be discussing this ad nauseum, as they like to parrot everything that he says. And he's been, completely irrelevant in the last while. And this will bring him back to some sort of relevance. And unfortunately for him, this happened this evening. Donald Trump put this out on his Truth Social tonight, a letter to the Prime Minister withdrawing his invitation to the Prime Minister regarding Canada's joining of his so-called Board of Peace. Now, when this invitation was initially issued, Prime Minister Carney said that he would consider it. He never said he would accept it. He said he would consider it. And ultimately then declined the invitation because it is basically a gang of authoritarian, some of the worst leaders on the planet. There's $1 billion price tag to join, and it's not clear what the mandate is. And I think that this letter will perhaps put Mr. Poilievre into even more of a less relevant position tomorrow, because I think this is going to be the subject of a lot of conversation, and it kind of made me laugh because it actually gets worse for Poilievre in terms of his political relevance. This poll was released on January the 16th, 2026, so before Mark Carney's Davos speech, and it shows, as you can see, that for preferred PM, Carney is at 51%, which is an increase for him, and Poilievre is down to 25%. Favorability is the preferred PM, which is down 2 points. And this isn't surprising. This is consistent with the polls really since Mark Carney has become the Prime Minister, in terms of the gap between the popularity of those two leaders. Well, Poilievre's not really a leader, but officially I guess he is. And so he is heading into his leadership review. I feel myself that he is looking more and more irrelevant, and I see a shift in the way that pundits in the media are speaking about him. They used to always say he was a great debater and he had all these great ideas, and I'm just not seeing that anymore, because that was never true. He was just a bully. And so we will see what happens tomorrow. Things change really quick with the news, but I think these are interesting developments, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow.